Hello everyone, and welcome back to Off the Ring Gaming.
Off.
Sorry, should I take that again?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello everybody, and welcome to Elden Ring Gaming.
Welcome back to Off the Map Gaming, guys. This is your Captain Kirk, and that goodbye was not forever.
This just in, you're just in time for our first ever Elden Ring build video.
And hey there, I'm Benz. I'll be chiming in whenever these guys forget about something.
Yes, this is the one that we're trying out first. We want to get you guys out there and going good. So let's get started.
So in today's video, we're going to be walking you through our Faith build. And here we have the associated stats that come with that. We do suggest killing Greyall a few times to get the necessary runes to get here. The main points you're going to want to hit are 16 Strength and 16 Dexterity, as well as being set up with 40 Faith. This is going to carry you quite a bit through this walkthrough. So first, what you're going to start off by doing is going to Agil Lake North. We got this in the first starter kit video. Then what you're going to do is head southeast until you get to the Agil Lake South side of Grace. And when you get over here, you're going to pick this up. It's a Somber Smithing Stone 1. There are higher level weapons that you'll find later in the game, and these are very useful for upgrading those.
Alrighty, we are going to get the Agil Lake South side of Grace, and then we are going to head still further south.
When crossing this bridge, make sure to loot all the items that you can. There's a lot of good loot here. And also make sure to dodge this archer. He's very mean.
And then go ahead and grab this side of Grace. This is the Bridge of Sacrifice side of Grace. And then let's just keep running. So what we're going to do now, after picking up this side of Grace, is continue running south.
This is one of the nicer maps you can grab. Thankfully, there are no enemies hoarding around you.
Right?
Just run up, grab it, turn around, and finally, you don't have to run south because you're running north. It smells like rotten taco meat.
Alright. Let's
Whoa!
go up here.
Sick tricks!
Right?
Ben's cut out the sick tricks.
Alrighty. And so we are going to come up here and come up to this little rise with the blue door. We're going to go and read the book and go find 3 ghosty turtles.
Okay, so the first turtle is directly behind you after reading the book. The second turtle is going to be right around the corner, hidden in some bushes. And the final turtle is over on the right-hand side of the tower inside of a lake, and it is invisible, so just go ahead and attack randomly until you eventually hit it. After that, you're free to go inside of the tower.
Go ahead and climb up this ladder and grab the item up top. It's a memory stone.
Yeah, you murder hobo.
Memory stones provide you with an extra slot for spells.
Alright, so we are going to fast travel back to Castlemore and Rampart side of Grace.
And guess what? You don't have to go southeast or south anymore. You get to go northwest. You don't need this side of Grace, but we like grabbing it. It makes life a little bit easier.
Actually, I like it. I use it.
Well, you know what? But it's not necessary now, is it?
Kind of is.
Okay.
Or else
Well, I'm
you're
not
really
saying it
wrong.
again. So future Bens, just keep what you want from that.
Oh, I plan to, Justin. Don't you worry.
You don't really need to
Alright.
worry about fighting any of these guys. They're not really much trouble. But guess who you do get to fight?
Now, we forgot to mention to pick up the Flame of Frenzy spell on this dead body.
Potentially. Yeah. Big rats with fiery eyeballs. If that's not nightmare fuel, just wait till we show you other things in this game.
And he forgot to mention to pick up the Sacred Tear. Again, these upgrade the amount replenished by flasks.
Alright, go ahead and pick up this side of Grace. And then we are going to go down to the south of the Lookout Tower. Alrighty, once you've gotten here, what we are going to do is continue following this path. Let's just ignore all these troublemakers. And then we are going to come over here and pick up this cool thing, the Faith Not Crystal Tear. Ain't it pretty? What that does is it gives you an extra 10 to your face stat when drank. Uh-oh. Go ahead and hop up these, ignore these shooting things that might kill you, and then just keep running. Because guess what? There's another church right above you. Alrighty, so we are at the Church of Pilgrimage. We are going to pick up a golden centipede and a sacred tear. So let's take a quick rest. Let's replenish our flasks. And now we're going to get back on Torrent and head to a really cool place called
Rhodocyclitis. And now that we've sat at the side of Grace, taken care of what we needed to, we're going to head to the Tombsward Ruins and grab the item that's going to get you through quite a bit of the game moving forward.
Surprise!
So once we arrive at the Tombsward Ruins, we're just going to take a trip down the stairs and get wrecked. Get owned. But then, just maybe, wait for it. Keep waiting for it. We're going to get good. And in case at this point you lured him out like we did and you're thinking, he was a little annoying. If that wasn't enough ketchup on your hot dog, here's another one for you to fight.
And I too. God, I hate these guys so much.
We definitely do recommend luring the first guy out, otherwise you're just gonna get the beat 'em ups from both angles, and it is not a good time.
Alright, lift this thing up and go and collect your prize. What is it, Justin?
It's the Winged Scythe!
Woo!
This weapon is going to carry you for a while. It is awesome, especially once upgraded.
Alrighty, and if you go up the hill here, you will find another, guess what, church? Woo!
The 4th Church of Marika, to be specific.
Alrighty, and if you guys lost runes, died, all that, you can always come up here to get a few thousand runes. Each one of these guys drops approximately 1,000.
And once you're done murdering a village of trolls, go ahead and go to the Round Table Hold. So once you get to the Round Table Hold, go ahead and talk to this guy with the half chandelier on his head, and go ahead and buy the Flame Sling spell. Go ahead and go to the Lost Table of Grace and apply it under Memorize Spell.
After that, go ahead and fast travel to the gatefront side of Grace.
Should I? Should I go ahead?
Get on Torrent, and we're going to head up the hill.
There is going to be a big son of a bitch that's about to jump down at you. Don't worry, just circumvent him. Run around, dodge the arrows. There's a lot of mean shit in here, but you know what? You're tough, and you have a horse faster than that fat. Make sure to grab the golden seed at this tree.
I would suggest hanging off to the right here, just due to the fact that if you don't, wolves will be summoned down from the sky, literally. And get this side of Grace.
Then behind you, there's a stone sword key. These are really awesome. They can also be purchased at different merchants.
Go ahead and talk to this girl a few times.
Just exhaust all her dialogue. It's helpful for a quest later.
Or at least until she gives you this. The Spirit Jellyfish Ashes. Spirit Jellyfish Ash. Spirit Jellyfish Ashes. Jesus.
Then we're going to take a right here off the beaten path, and we're going to run along this cliffside. Go ahead and ignore another big son of a bitch that's roaming over here and grab this, the Strength Knot Crystal Tier. And at the end of taking the scenic route and up the hill a little bit here, you're going to see a nice big buff guy on top of a horse. Guess what you're about to do? Commit murder!
Murder Hobo!
This gives you a really awesome Ash of War Golden Vow.
And then go ahead and jump down here. And we're going to go off and have some fun.
Go ahead and open this door, and this brings you into the Death Touch Catacombs. As is customary, grab the side of Grace. You can sit if you'd like. And then f*** off and leave. Wait, legitimately?
Yeah.
I thought we were actually gonna go in there. Okay.
Head down the hill, and then guess what? Go up a hill. Oh my goodness. And there's this really cool jar dude who we're going to talk to.
As you can see, he's in quite a bit of a predicament here. So what you're gonna do is offer to help him out. And then the best part ever, you're gonna tap that really hard with your weapon. It may take you a few swings, but with all your might, you'll try until you get that triumphant delight. At that point, go ahead and stop whacking at him and just see what he's up to. Go ahead and talk to him.
Exhaust his dialogue.
And we're not going to see him for a while. Doesn't mean forever, but for a little bit, he's dead to us. Go ahead and travel back to the Stormhill Shack side of Grace that we grabbed a few minutes ago.
And head up the hill.
Go ahead and just keep following the path. It does split off. Just take it straight. Do not go left quite yet. Go ahead and run across this bridge, but at the end of it, make sure to stop. You don't want to accidentally run right off like I have before.
Woo! Just kidding.
And just follow the path that we do here. It's very linear. There's really no way you can get lost.
But you can fall off. Be careful.
Go ahead and grab this lake-facing cliff side of Grace.
Grab the sacred tier inside the church and go ahead and go down the hill. Circumnavigate all of these guys and just keep going.
There's going to be a side of grace right down here. You know the deal. Grab it, sit at it if you'd like. Your prerogative. And right behind the side of grace, there's a trader here. He sells a lot of useful items, such as a lantern, which is actually really great because it illuminates dark areas. Why would you need a lantern in this game? Why do you fucking think?
All right, head east and go to this little air tunnel thingy and jump up it. Woo!
One of these days we'll know what these were called.
Grab the side of grace, and then we're just going to keep on going. We are going to head down here to this lovely bunch of coconuts. Buildings.
Welcome to the Purified Ruins.
You can roll or attack these planks underneath your feet in order to make it down into the cellar. Open up the door and you'll find yourself the two-fingered heirloom. It's a pretty nice amulet that raises your faith by 5.
Just keep heading up the hill here, and we are going to grab another side of grace. It makes life a little easier later on. And if you've made some things angry at you, you can just rest at it. Get back on Tort and head to this building just right here, and there should be a blue sphincter.
Go ahead and climb in the butthole, travel to another location. And that'll bring you to the South Ray Lucaria Gate, Side of Grace.
They take the quick way down here, but feel free to take the long way around.
And then follow the road. Well, water.
Water road, if you will. Water road. Cut that out. Stupid. Cut that out. Alright, so you'll see Pride Rock over here, but you're not going to find Simba there.
No, instead you're going to find a big old dragon.
And not the kind in Shrek that wants to kiss you and marry a donkey. Grab the Academy Glintstone key that he's guarding, and get the flock out of there.
Head up the hill here, and there should be another side of grace. Side of grace!
Where is it?
Where is it?
Side of Grace! No!
Grab the side of grace, and we're just gonna keep on rolling.
Grab the side of grace, and in case you were thinking to yourself, now we can get on to bigger and better things. You were wrong. Continue traveling. Go to the left here and just parkour yourself around, and grab the side of grace. And this silver fox right here is Iggy. He's going to be your best friend through the rest of the game. Iggy provides you with somber smithing stones 1 through 4, as well as the ability to upgrade your armaments.
Dear God, he's a big dude.
And you know what they say about big dudes? Big books. Then we're going to go back to the South Ray Lucaria gate front. And remember that key we stole from the dragon? Yeah, we're going to use that here. And when you run in, I feel like a broken record at this point, but grab the side of grace, because of course you're going to grab the side of grace. To your left, you're going to see a room, and that might be enticing, but we encourage you to just take a breath, turn to the right, and grab the golden seed. Thanks, Kirk.
Jump across these broken bridge pieces and grab the golden seed.
And go back through that enticing door, and inside, the most exciting thing you're going to see here, an elevator. The initial parts of this place are fairly linear, so there's really not much we have to walk you through. Oh, just kidding. There's a bunch of mean sorcerers. Just run past him and open the door. He's just gonna swing a book at you. Take the leftmost path, turn around, and hey look! A side of grace. I don't think I need to tell you this at this point, but please pick it up. Please, for the love of... So here we're not gonna take a right back into this church. It's not one of the friendly churches. You want to stay out of there. Take a left and run through the graveyard from hell. These guys are really interesting in the way that all they want to do is give you a big ol' hug and suck the magic right out of your face. You're just going to dip and dodge through this graveyard, come on up here behind this gravestone, and jump down here to the all-based grave, where you're going to find a set of Carrion Knight armor. And then what you're going to do is just yeet yourself right off the cliff, because it's either that or be eaten. There is no way back up. We are going to go ahead and take the same path, except we are not going to jump down where we did before. Instead, we're going to follow the path up to the left, where we're going to run past this lonely bastard, up the stairs, and then what we're going to do is just keep running past. Grab this item up here and turn back around.
Ignore this mean feller.
And then what you're going to do is just jump onto the elevator. Going up. Go ahead and jump off right here. Run up the stairs, and hey look, yet again, a side of grace for you to grab.
Head back down and get ready to jump on more stairs. Oh no.
And here you're going to see something that is the literal embodiment of a virgin. See, when it reaches out with its ovaries, you want to let it grab you. And I know it says you died. I know you're going to feel like, oh no, I'm just going to have to redo all this. No, you're not. This is going to send you deep into the depths of Volcano Manor.
Go ahead and jump over the lava, and then jump down at this little point in the cliff.
Right into lava.
And then dodge roll your way to the side, drink a healing flask, and keep running. And we are going to grab a really nice item. Just follow this up, and see this little kind of dead looking guy? Grab the Somber Smithing Stone 6, and go back the way you came.
And up here, there's going to be a snake boy that I hate more than ISIS. And you're going to run right past him and into this elevator.
Once you get off the elevator, come over here and grab, guess what? A Somber Smithing Stone 5. And here's the really fun part. We have to dodge this guy and then use a cranky thing to bring up the bridge.
It's literally just a crank, Kirk.
Yeah.
I know you see this big open door over here and you're probably thinking, why wouldn't I go in there? Because you don't want to have to deal with Peppa Pig's your grandfather, okay?
So let's head down this hill here and hang a right, kind of. Go on this little rooftop, follow it to the right a little bit, and then fall off. And then there's going to be an opening right here in this little cage. Grab the Erd Tree seal and run off.
And then when you turn around and run back, there's going to be this big guy here. He's going to one-shot you, but that's okay. You're just going to do the same exact run again, minus dropping down for the Erd Tree seal.
So on this run, we are going to go across the straight rooftop and just keep following that little path there.
As opposed to the bisexual rooftop.
Dear Lord. Jump off all these cliffs, avoid falling into magma, go up the stairs and hang a left.
And when you run up here, you're going to take a right and go up the ladder. Run around the roof here and jump in the window. Go ahead and equip the lantern if you didn't already, and turn it on.
Jump down, and then run down here.
Run down the stairs, jump over the banister if necessary. Once you get to the bottom, take a left. Run down the hallway, take a right and another right, and hey look, another Site of Grace.
Except for this one's real useful because you can't fast travel unless you grab this one and sit at it.
If you didn't do this, you would have to face 2 of those virgins to be able to fast travel out of here, which means all of the ovaries.
Fast travel to the Third Church of Marika, get on Torrent, and then take a left over here so we can go up the hill. Head up the hill and dodge this big rolly dude. And then once you do that, hang off a little bit to the right so that you don't spawn in an invader. Jump over this little red wall and go ahead and grab this Site of Grace.
After grabbing the Site of Grace, jump back on Torrent, turn around, but then what we're going to do is actually take a left up here.
Keep following this road and it'll take you to this little graveyard. Go ahead and pick up the runes here. There's a couple of them that are kind of nice. Make sure to fall on one of these ledges before heading all the way down. Head off to this side, get off, and head to the Gale Tunnels. There's going to be 2 enemies up here. I would suggest just dodging them and going off to the left-hand side. There is going to be something to catch you, so you do not have to fight them.
Grab the Somber Smithing Stone 2 and just continue your descent down. And as is customary, grab the Site of Grace.
We're going to ignore these guys, take a look off to this right-hand side. What the f*** is that? It's a moving testicle.
This infected testicle is going to jump down at you, but just go ahead and ignore him.
So the guys don't mention it, but they're really here for this particular item. They're looking for the Somber Smithing Stone 4.
Dodge these guys as best you can and just keep running. Then hang a right over here and just follow this tunnel straight. Jump off this top and then head to the left. Keep following this and you'll eventually get to 2 shut doors. Take the little shut door, not the big one. Big one leads you to a big boss room. Hey, look at that! It's Alexander Jar! Go ahead and sit down at the Site of Grace and go back and talk to Alexander Jar.
Make sure to exhaust all his dialogue.
After that, run outside of the tunnel and then fast travel to Fort Faroth, and we're going to go on another big gray all kill spree. Remember to equip your rapier again before doing this.
Now, normally when you kill Grail, you're going to use the runes to level up your character. But we're not going to go ahead and do that right now. Instead, travel back up to our good friend Iggy at the Road of the Manor side of Grace.
Exhaust his dialogue, and you'll eventually be able to buy some stuff from him and strengthen your armaments.
Buy Somber Smithing Stones 1 through 4, and then upgrade your armaments. You're going to want to upgrade the Winged Scythe to level 4, and the Erdtree Seal to level 6. Go back and sit down at the side of Grace, and use any remaining runes you have to level yourself up as much as you can. Next, we're going to go back to the Liurnia Highway north side of Grace.
Follow the road up and ignore everything else. Just keep going until you get to a little shack that has a painting in it.
There's a big friend here, he's a little crabby, just ignore him.
Ignore this guy as well, for now. Eventually, you might want to get the spells associated with killing them, but it's not necessary.
Go ahead and grab this side of Grace.
See the shiny knight? We gotta go and kill him.
Killing him will reward you with the Dragon Cult Prayer Book. You're probably sitting there wondering, how do I read a prayer book? You don't. We're going to bring you to the best friend you'll have,
Turtle Dog.
And I know, approaching this building, you're already changing out your trousers out of excitement, because yes, it's another church. But if you're one of the millions of girls who says you love dogs more than life itself on your dating profile, then you're going to be extra excited, because inside this church is the biggest, goodest dog.
Grab the side of Grace before you head in, and let's go and meet our dog Pope.
Look at that good boy.
Ignore the good boy, come over
Oh.
here, and pick this up. It is going to be the golden sewing needle and the golden tailoring tools. Not that you really need it, but you know what? It's nice to have.
Exhaust all the dog's dialogue,
Talk to him a second time.
and then give him the Dragon Cult Prayer Book.
Go ahead and buy yourself the lightning spear and get on out of here. We're going to head back to the...
Artist Shack.
Nope.
Then you're going to head back to the Liurnia Highway north side of Grace.
Go ahead and head down the cliff and hang off to the right-hand side.
And once you've arrived, open the door, and that brings you to the Cliff Bottom Catacombs. You're either going to switch out the Flame of Frenzy or the Catch Flame spell. It doesn't really matter which one you switch out. Equip the Lightning Spear, and you're good to go.
It's time for another elevator ride, folks.
Step off before you get to the bottom and grab that Grave Glovewort too.
Dodge all of these guys and keep running. There's going to be another one that's going to want to attack you just straight to your left here, and just keep going.
These Fanged Imps aren't too horrible. They do stack bleed on you if they land enough hits. Once you get to the bottom of the stairs, just jump down, take a right, and keep going. Grab the Grave Glovewort too. Try not to get beat up too bad by this boy. And a fun, neat little trick here is you can actually step on the button in the middle here. As long as you move out of the way, you can essentially have damage dealt to all the enemies around you without you having to do any of the hard work. As you can see, that was extremely useful because it killed that big boy who looks like my uncle I avoid at family reunions. Run through, climb up the ladder.
Ignore the big guy off to your left-hand side and keep walking. There's going to be a guy over on this corner here that's going to try attacking you when you get out, but if you walk up slowly enough, he won't be able to hit you.
Pull the lever, Kronk, and then go ahead and jump back on the stairs. You're just going to retrace your steps, get back to the elevator, and recharge everything you've spent at the site of Grace again.
Or die.
Or die. Dying is always an option in this game. Head back down and take the elevator. Traverse the mist, and welcome to the Erdtree Burial Watchdog. He's not too bad. Really, if you just keep your distance and use the lightning spear, he's really not a bother. And upon killing the boss, you'll be rewarded with the Kaiden Sellsword Ashes.
Fast travel back to the Rot View balcony, and we're going to take another ride into Caelid. And let's head over this wall, sticking to the right side. Take this little road down here. Ignore everything, especially this big Erdtree avatar. And off to the right-hand side, there is going to be a set of doors. Open up the doors really slowly and then get to the Minor Erdtree Catacombs. Before you head down, there is going to be one stuck up here to the top. He will surprise you and hit you really hard. So go ahead and hit him with the light spear, take him down, run up, and hit him. Take the elevator ride down, and then step back on the elevator once the little push button comes back up, except for just let it go up.
Make sure to also grab the Grave Glovewort 4 right behind you. Run in this room here and grab the Grave Glovewort 5. Don't linger too long, this will inflict you with rot, and rot does a lot of damage over time. Head down below where the elevator was. There will be a Fanged Imp at the bottom. Go ahead and take him out, he's not too big a deal.
Head back into a rotty room, take a right-hand turn over here, and go up the stairs.
Grab the Ghost Glovewort 4, and then at the back side of this room, grab the Golden Rune 4 and another Grave Glovewort 4. Take the ladder up, and run all the way to the end of this hall, while grabbing a Grave Glovewort 3 on your way. Grab the Imp Wolf Head, ignore all these little bastards, grab another Grave Glovewort 5, and then call the elevator and wait a painful 30 seconds. Then go ahead and head back to the Death Touch Catacombs. We're just coming here to grab one thing and then we'll be on our way. Thankfully, it's right here. It's just the Grave Glovewort 1. If you decide to fight everything in here like we are for some reason, just make sure that you double tap, because as soon as they go down, they're going to start glowing. What that means is they're going to get right back up on their damn feet.
Sit down at the side of Grace, get out of dodge, and fast travel back to Fort Faroth.
You know the drill. Equip your rapier, jump on Torrent, and start stabbing the big. We'll see you in a few minutes. Once you kill Grail, go ahead and head back to the Round Table Hold.
And go ahead and talk to the Barnacle Boy and ask him about Rodrika. And then go ahead and talk to Rodrika. You're going to have to do this back and forth. Just exhaust their dialogue about it.
They didn't really say anything during this part, but Frederica is sitting over by the fireplace. Then, when she moves from the fireplace, she ends up right in front of Barnacle Boy.
She gets this really cool ability. Go ahead and switch out your Lone Wolf Ashes with the Cadence Sellsword Ashes.
Talk to her, exhaust her dialogue, and then select Spirit Tuning and upgrade your ashes as far as you can.
Once you're done with that, go to the Twin Maiden Husks and buy yourself a dagger.
Once you purchase the dagger, sit down at the Lost Table of Grace, go to Ashes of War, and apply the affinity Sacred.
Level yourself up as well while you're here. I would suggest leveling up a little bit into Vigor, and then fast travel back to Fort Faroth and go and kill Grail to get yourself to level 50. When you hit level 50, I feel that your stats should be somewhere around here. You're going to eventually want to get into more endurance, but for now it's not that big of a deal. When you're done with that, go to Stormhill Shack, and then let's go face a big mean boss, the first boss that you should face in this game.
From the Stormhill Shack, you'll just be following this path all the way up to the castle at the very end.
After sitting at the site of Grace, you're going to come up here and interact with the yellow marker on the floor. This is going to summon an NPC helper, Sorcerer Rajir.
Use the skill on the dagger that you just bought. Head through the big doors once he's about to summon. And cue cutscene. Once you're out of the cutscene, go ahead and
summon your Caden Mercenary Ashes. Margit the Fell Omen is the first real boss of Elden Ring's story. He's big, he's mean, he's tough, but hopefully with our build, you're tougher. The nice thing about how we've built this so far is that really you can just stay away from him. Keep drinking your flasks, keep poking him with those lightning bolts, and let both your friends do most of the heavy lifting. And there you have it. Margit the Fell Omen fell for good. You'll also be rewarded with a talisman pouch, which is really nice. That allows you an extra talisman slot, so you can now equip the Two Fingers Heirloom as well as the Radagon Sword Seal.
sit down at the side of Grace and go explore and have fun, guys. We'll come up with a secondary video behind this one to help improve this build.
We'll also at some point have a walkthrough for each of the castles and things like that. We have a lot of exciting content that's going to be coming out soon.
This goodbye is not forever. Remember to always have fun.
This just in, You're just in time to tell someone about us. Tell someone about what you thought about our video. As long as your feedback's good. If you don't have good feedback, please just keep it to yourself. We're a small channel trying to grow. And remember, your experience in the lands between is what you make it.